Okay, let me ask you something before we start. And please don't answer fast. Don't answer with what sounds good. Don't answer with what you think you should say. Just listen to the question. What does success mean to you? I want you to be honest with that. Not to society, not to parents, not to social media. To you, what does success mean to you? Because most people think they know the answer, but they don't. That's the truth. And there is a question that we never really answered. We grow up hearing the word success all the time. We hear be successful, chase success, don't fail, make something of your life. We hear that all the time. But the thing is that nobody ever sits with us and asks, calmly, of course, what does success actually mean for you? So we borrow answers. What we do is we repeat what we hear. We say money, status, freedom, recognition, winning, and we run. Now, how success is usually defined for us. See, for many people, success looks like a good job, a stable income, a nice house, or maybe respect from others. And of course, there's nothing wrong with those things. The problem starts when you start to chase them without knowing why. You don't know why you do it, but still, you do it. When you follow a map that doesn't belong to you, there is the problem. Now, the moment people start feeling lost, this is something I've been seeing many times. People work hard, they study, they sacrifice, they do everything right, everything. And one day they stop and think, why don't I feel happy? That question is scary because it means that you achieved something, but it didn't give you what you expected. And then, of course, doubt appears. That is inevitable. Now, I want to talk about success and comparison. Today, success is very loud. We can see success or the word success everywhere on social media, on YouTube, on podcasts, on Instagram, everywhere. And we can see people showing money, trips, results, achievements. They show this kind of things on social media all the time. And slowly, without noticing, we start comparing our lives to highlights. We do. And we think, I'm behind. I should be more. I'm late. Even when we are doing okay, we start comparing ourselves to those kind of lives that we know is not true. It's just a part of their lives, the highlights. Now, This is a simple but important truth. Here is something very important: success is not universal. What feels like success to one person can feel like a prison to another. That's the thing. Some people want growth, challenge, movement, but other people want calm, stability, peace. Neither is better. They are just different. That's all. And when success becomes a trap, that is terrible. Sometimes success becomes something dangerous, not because it is bad, but because it is unexamined. You chase a goal, you reach it, and then you realize this is not what I wanted. This is what I was taught to want. That moment hurts because changing direction feels like failure, even when it's not, because it's not failure. But why many people feel guilty for wanting less? We live in a world that celebrates more, that celebrates more money, more productivity, more growth, more hustle. So when someone says, I just want a simple life, they feel guilty, as if wanting peace means being lazy, as if wanting balance means giving up. But that's not true. Of course not. Wanting balance and wanting peace is okay. Don't let people make you feel bad because you want that. And now we have to talk about success and peace. Let me ask you something else, okay? When was the last time you felt calm? Not excited, not distracted, no, calm. For many people, that feeling is just rare. They are successful on paper, but exhausted inside. Maybe success is not about doing more, right? Maybe it's about needing less. Have you ever thought about that? No? Then do it. And this is a story many people don't talk about. There are people who, and a lot of people who, earn good money. They have respect, have achievements, and still feel empty after having all of that. Not because they are ungrateful, no, but because their life doesn't reflect who they are. Just that. They are living someone else's definition of success. But success changes over time. What you want at 20, and this is very important, what you want at 20 is not what you want at 30. And of course, it's not what you want at 40. At one stage, success might mean providing something, escaping something, or becoming someone. Later, it might mean protecting your energy and choosing your time, saying no. And that's normal. The problem is not changing. The problem is pretending you haven't. But everything changes over time. We can't do anything about that. It's like the natural order. So, why are we afraid to define success for ourselves? Why is it so difficult? Defining success for yourself, I know it's scary. But once you do, you become responsible for your choices. You can't blame society anymore. You can't blame your parents. You can't blame the system. And I know that feels uncomfortable, but it's also freeing, makes you feel free. That's why you have to do it. Don't let other people decide what success means for you. You have to find out by yourself. And of course, we need to talk about success and failure. Okay, because if we talk about success, there's always going to be failure in the process of success. And here is something we don't hear enough: failing at the wrong goal is not failure, it's information. I repeat, failing at the wrong goal is not failure, it's information. Sometimes the biggest success is realizing you were climbing the wrong mountain. Just that. What I mean is, don't be afraid to give up. Don't be afraid to give up, not the whole idea, but maybe the process you're following. Maybe you have to change something. Maybe you need to reorder your ideas or make a new plan. Now, the quiet kind of success, there is a type of success that doesn't look impressive online. It looks like sleeping well, not hating Mondays, having time to think, feeling okay with yourself. Nobody claps for that. Nobody tells you, wow, you're doing well. You're sleeping well. Good for you. You don't hate Mondays? What? Congratulations. You have time to think? Wow. Excellent. You're feeling okay with yourself? Well done. Nobody tells you that. But it matters. So, why answers don't come fast then? If you're listening to this, okay, and thinking, I don't know what success means to me, let me tell you that that's okay. This question is not answered in one night, it's answered slowly through experience, through mistakes, through reflection. And there is a different way to think about success. I'm going to tell you what that is. Instead of asking, what do I want to achieve? Try this. Try asking, what kind of life do I want to live? Those are very different questions. One focuses on results, and the other focuses on reality. So you can change that. I repeat, instead of asking, what do I want to achieve? Try asking, what kind of life do I want to live? When you do it, you're going to see the difference. Sometimes success is not about changing your life. Okay? It's about being honest about it, about admitting that I don't want what I thought I wanted. That is also success. Admitting that you were wrong, that you don't want that you thought you wanted. Because admitting that, that takes courage. So why this question matters? I mean, why the question, what does success mean to you, matters? I'm going to tell you why. This question matters because it guides your decisions. It shapes your priorities. It defines what you say yes to. If you never answer it, you will always be reacting, not choosing. That's why it's important to answer that question. And to finish, I want to tell you that there's no final answer, and that's okay. I'm not here to give you an answer. I really don't know what success means to you. And that's the point, right? Because this is not a lesson, it's an invitation to think, to reflect, to be honest. So I'll ask you again. And this time, don't answer out loud, just sit with it. What does success mean to you? And are you living toward it or running away from something else? Be honest with yourself.